Mary.
And Anna.
If you like us, a like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment.
Down below, today we are reviewing Bachelor in Paradise Week 9, Part 1, you guys.
Yes.
And
I am so sorry. I am sweating up a storm. It is hot.
It's hot as hell. We have no light again for a second day in a row.
Doing well.
Power rationing, and it's a nightmare.
The lights went off very briefly yesterday for like 30 minutes. But today we found out that they're doing electricity rationing. So during the day, they're not giving us electricity. And then it'll come back on in the evening at nighttime. But summer is beginning here. There's not a lot of breeze blowing. So if you see me wiping my sweat with my t-shirt, please forgive me. But I just must.
But I do have a serious question for you guys.
And I have my warm water to drink.
But I do have a question for you guys that, love and support us. We appreciate it. If I set up a GoFundMe to help us get a generator, will y'all do this?
No, she's actually just joking. We do ask you for a generator.
I'm so sorry. But no, I'm just joking. But yes.
But we will be getting a generator because I actually heard a couple of our neighbors.
A generator is what you use when your house doesn't have, when the electricity is out.
Yeah. You know something? A lot of Americans already know that. You know why? Because there's so many Americans, and I actually used to do the same thing, who prepare for a time when maybe a year will pass and they will not be able to go to the store, they will not have electricity and all that kind of stuff. So there are so many Americans. I mean, you guys put a 1 if you're one of those Americans who put things away for a rainy day and put it away, things like generator, one of those lamps, the stuff that you can charge your phone without having to plug it in. If you're one of them, let me know. The little packs you have so you can just eat just in case, just in case.
Yes.
If you're canning stuff, put a 1 if you're one of those Americans, because there are a lot of them like that. They got a pantry just for that, because I used to do that.
Yeah, but anyway, we're going to get right into it, you guys.
I just wanted to tell you, just in case you see the sweat coming down, it's not because I'm about to have a heart attack again. That's not it. It's just that I want you all typing what is wrong with Amma? Amma's just hot as hell.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
But we're going to get right into it, you guys, because it's all about big penises and bigger bank accounts, honey. It's all about what's packing here and what's packing in the wallet. And Kate, she lets Logan know. They had the final rose ceremony. Everybody accepted their rose except for Kate. She let that man down. And, of course, in true Kate fashion, she had to emasculate him.
Yes.
But also, I felt karma came and bit him in the ass. That Asian girl did tell Logan that he was going to get karma.
What's her name? Sarah.
Yes, that he was thinking about Shanae, how Shanae really liked me for who I was, not what I brought to the table. I'm sorry, every woman's going to be thinking about what a man can bring to the table. We are living in an economy where everything is expensive as shit, and you're a dog walker with was it a lemon for a phone, and you're driving an orange Honda, and you want me to take care of you as a woman,
glass or something.
And you want me to sit down here and take care of you as a woman when you're a man with a penis? You want me to take myself to do that when I'm supposed to be taking care of a family and nurturing the home? You want me to get out of my feminine energy to go and be a man and go provide for you as well? It's not working. If you are broke, I say go get 6-7 jobs and make sure you have some money in your accounts. Because women are not going for broke men. I'm sorry. Those days are over. It's over.
This is the thing. I mean, this is how I feel.
One stroke of love. Listen, I want to rest in my femininity and be at peace.
Like Alexa's stepmom in Love is Blind.
Yes.
That woman is looking so
rested.
And I was wondering, I said, how come she looks so good? I know she has to be older, but she looks young. She looks at peace. Because she's resting in her femininity.
Because she got man provided.
And the man is providing completely.
I feel that's the least that men can do.
So
women, we do so much. The least a man can do is have his finances together. Have himself together. That's not so much. And women do it every day.
And the thing is, if you
My God.
This is how I feel. If you cannot, you don't have to go get 6, 7 jobs, all right? Because if you, wait, hold on. When you see a woman, you know
just be
where
educated
she
and get a good
is.
job.
You know where she is, right? You know, and she is, I mean, Kate has already told you she's a go-getter. She told everybody who listens. She likes the finer things in life. She's already said so she gets it for herself. She wants a man who will at least maintain her where he found her. Logan, you have to have known when you were dumping Sarah, dumping, what's her name? Shanae.
You were batting outside of your tax bracket.
You had to have known, that she was, you will not be able to provide for her.
You thought love was going to be enough.
You had to have known. So that's my thing. You don't have to go and work 10 jobs, but just know, it's like they have a saying that, like put your hand where it can reach. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, know what your budget is. Okay? This lady is out of your budget. She is, okay?
Yeah,
you
buddy.
Cannot afford for yourself. So you certainly can't afford for her. You got 2 roommates. That means you not even 1 room.
You can't afford to pay for a house by yourself.
A third of the rent.
Yeah.
Get a new one. You're walking the dogs, and maybe for you, you're happy. So you find a woman maybe who also is a dog walker, also has roommates.
Where does the Bachelor find these people? How do you bring men to go and court to women who ain't got no job?
It is Bachelor in Paradise.
No, I'm talking about bachelorettes. Remember he was there with Gabby and Rachel? They have a dog walker on the show.
I know, and Rachel is a whole
pilot.
Gabby is a whole
nurse,
ICU nurse. She's an intensive care nurse.
They make mad money.
How much money they make?
And they brought somebody who's a dog walker on the show.
And you ain't got no money.
Is there no requirements for what the men must have?
Because it's Bachelor in Paradise.
I'm talking about bachelorettes.
Oh yeah. That's right. He was part of the Bachelorettes. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, there has to be some requirements.
Well, the thing is, it's nothing but men back there. It's like a little frat boy club back there, and they're deciding what
Jacob?
the women get.
Well, Jacob, I don't know.
It's a Lyft driver.
But Lyft drivers can make something. But she said that he sold his couch in order to, was it to be on the show? I don't know why he sold his couch. I mean, maybe it was a nice couch. Maybe it was his grandmother's couch. Maybe it was some kind of art or something.
I think some men have gotten very comfortable with resting in poverty.
And then Johnny,
they're just nesting in
Johnny,
it.
His father was like, now you saw Johnny, his father had a home and whatever. But even the father was like, oh,
financially, you're not there.
Yeah, but financially, you and her can work out. But the father's like, oh, well, Gabby's ICU job, I know she making money for both of you all.
Well, listen, Baba.
But does Gabby want that?
Well, Baba, listen. If a man ain't got it financially, he is not ready emotionally. Because what he's going to do is he's going to turn on that woman. He's going to be feeling emasculated. And this is already a man who says that he hates everything about himself.
That's why he feels less than.
So emotionally, he's not ready. He also doesn't. I feel like the thing is, I think somebody said this before, and it was very well said, that a man needs 3 things in order for him to actually be a good partner.
Yes.
He needs to be financially prepared.
He does.
He needs to be physically prepared.
Yes.
And I think he needs to be spiritually prepared.
Yeah.
And then I think emotionally.
Yeah.
It's a man has to have all that stuff together. Because if he doesn't, then he's going to always feel inferior to you.
He really has to have those 2 things.
Financially and emotionally.
Because if physically he feels some kind of way,
too.
But financially is so big for a man.
For sure.
Because a man really doesn't feel good about him, regardless what he says.
Yeah.
I mean, some guys are just broke, and they may say they're fine with it. They really aren't.
Yeah.
And so when a woman comes in and tries to help him, it just makes him feel
emasculated.
Awful. It makes him feel emasculated no matter what you do. And he doesn't want that memory for the rest of his life, that this woman helped me be who I am, to help me get this money. So as soon as he can, he will dump you, take his new money self, and go find someone else, where they'll just know that he has money. But a man takes finances it's only now, I think, in this day, like in these past, I will say in the past I don't know, 3 to 5 years, that women have really now
been putting their foot down.
They have been really putting their foot down, and they've gone out of that emotional thing of just, the love is enough. And they're like, you know something, I need someone who financially can
provide,
right?
Yeah.
And so the women really are doing that now. And that's all women. It doesn't matter what race they are. This is how all of them are becoming now. And I really am happy about that, especially for Black women.
For sure.
Because, back in the day, I mean, I will say most of the Black women,
about 90%,
maybe all of them, if you ask them, does a man need to have something? Well, I mean, he just has to have a plan.
Potential.
They weren't thinking of it. They were just thinking, it's so hard for the Black man especially, that I have to help him. But now,
which I feel is a crock
the thing,
of shit.
Which is, it's wonderful, and I love to see that, where it's just women, universally women are saying, you have to have certain things for me to even consider you. And one of them is the finances. That's like number one. But finances is very important to a man. When a man doesn't have finances, right away he feels emasculated. Right away he feels less than.
Yeah.
Right away. And there's nothing you can do to make him feel better about himself. So I feel as though, probably the other thing the guy said maybe is education. Maybe it was physical, education, and money.
Yeah.
But money is first. And then they want to physically be able to take care of you. Like physically look like they can take care of you. That's important to a man too. And then education-wise, they want to know that, hey, they can have conversations and move in different circles and be comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that finances, I think that's number one.
For sure.
That a man, that's what he feels, for him to feel like a man. That's like number one. Even if he doesn't have the physical or anything else, but if he got that money, he feels he's good.
Yeah.
So... Yeah,
but yeah,
even Johnny doesn't have himself together. Logan don't have himself together. Who was the other person who we saw that doesn't have that? We just said Jacob doesn't have himself together. Like you said, I don't know what's going on. I mean, they're all like in their 20s, mid-20s, late 20s. It's like, what's going on? It's like this is a new generation of odd things going on.
But yeah. But anyway, she left that man in the dust very coldly.
They're resting in the spirit of being broke. It's as though they're resting in it. They're like look at Jacob. Jacob was getting up every morning doing sun pose and sun warrior pose and downward dog and all kinds of things.
Yeah. But yeah, she left him very coldly, and she even
did.
chuckled to herself, which I thought was very funny.
She said, "Please God, bring me a grown-ass man with a big weenie and a bigger bank account." And she laughed like Cruella de Vil. I was like, damn, Katie.
Like, Logan was so shocked. He was like whoa. And Shanae, of course, she had to be a little dramatic, like, oh my God. And then, of course, he said,
she wanted to remind him that I'm here to see your downfall.
Yeah, but also then Shanae was like, what is it? Logan was like, well, the thing is, Shanae, she just loved me for who I was. She didn't care what I brought to the table. Oh, well. Hogan.
He gaslit Shanae, broke up with her.
Kissing her all in front of Shanae and all this stuff just for her to dump your ass.
Just being cruel. Yeah. Look, Kate was like, I had my little summer fling. And then I guess she was also trying to say he does not have a big weenie, even though he's tall.
Well, I mean, they do say that all tall men have a big weenie.
That was not right, though. Kate. There was no need for that. You've already beaten him down in front of everyone. There was no need for that last thing, and then your giggle after.
Well, she said in the privacy of the car. But yes,
that he will watch later.
Oh well. But let's get right into the breakups.
Aaron and Genevieve.
Well, everybody decided to stay together. I think the people that broke up was Shanae and Joey. Flo.
And she was very disrespectful. I thought she was very disrespectful.
I thought it was so wrong. Like, Shanae, you're not going to find a person being, like, an asshole.
A TikTok person. And
he said he's never even been on TikTok like that.
No, he said he doesn't do TikTok like that.
Listen, I want to tell you something. People on social media actually make more than doctors. Like, if you know, go black.
Some of them.
If you're very serious about it and you have been doing it for a while, you can actually be making more money than doctors do. Yeah. So I honestly, Shanae would not be putting that man down like that. You don't know.
Remember, like I was telling you, Go Black to Africa. He said that he was making in a month more than his wife, who's a doctor, a medical doctor, makes in a month. You know, like he had built up his whatever to that level. So you don't know. Maybe he's making TikToks and making money. Or maybe he lives with his parents, but they're Italian. Usually, you know, these other people...
They're family-oriented.
Yeah, they stay with parents for a while. But you just can't put him down like that. And then you were breaking up with him. Was it not enough for you to break up with him? Like, you had to also say you want to... Like, you also had to put him down, though. And, so she also has a mean streak to her.
But that's why you get what you get, though, Shanae. You're never going to find somebody being nice.
No, not like that.
Yeah, I saw the old Shanae rise again.
I know.
Like a phoenix. Like
first
a
she
devilish
pretends
phoenix.
to cry. Then her eyes are dry and she tells him off.
Looks him in the eye and just castrates him. He has to go take his shriveled up nuts and hold it on his chest.
Mommy.
And use that to console him.
And then as he's talking in the confession, it was, these editors are terrible.
He said, I want something like, what my brother has with Flo.
Justin and Flo.
He said, I don't think we should continue this after Paradise.
That's Justin.
I was like, what?
The editors are so awful. You were like, whiplash.
I had serious whiplash. I was like, what the F?
Justin should have been with Shanae because he would have told her off.
Well, he also told his twin brother, well, the thing is, you're more man than she will ever be. I was like, okay, that's who Shanae needed. She needed an asshole just like herself. Not that he's an ass.
Who will tell you all? Obviously, he has a mouth on him.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. But yeah, and you want to talk about Genevieve?
But yes, I feel so bamboozled by Aaron. I guess I was so blinded by the tan,
the nice
by
guy,
the body, and by the height,
and him keep on saying he's a nice guy.
But we always say it though. We always say it on this channel, and I feel bamboozled.
People who say they're nice guys, I don't believe them. And remember when he said the stuff he said about Shanae? Mm-hmm. He don't even know her, and saying she needs to be in a straight jacket and all this stuff.
I thought it was very odd that he was saying
you don't even know this woman, and you're being so violent verbally against her.
Yeah.
In a confessional, you don't know her at all.
Yeah.
So that's always a red flag for me. Mm-hmm. He was always trying to
fix Genevieve.
Whatever problem she has, she can rant. You don't want her to rant. You want to give her a solution right away, and she did not need that.
She just needed to shut the F up and just
shut
listen.
up and let me listen.
Just listen to her.
But always, it's so exhausting. Who told you to be exhausted? I didn't tell you to try to fix me, to fix my problem. Just shut the fuck up and let me talk. But you could not do that. No. He was a nice guy, though. And even the other nice guy that he's such a nice guy, Rodney. I just don't fall for those who everyone thinks is a nice guy.
Well, they keep on saying
Michael's a nice guy. I don't fall for that because they can be the worst assholes because you don't see them coming.
Yeah.
You don't see them coming. And then when you see that coldness, you see the coldness when Genevieve goes back to him to talk. Yeah. And why are we doing this?
You want me to give you an opportunity to speak?
Yes. Well, she gave you an opportunity to speak. She was totally silent as you spoke.
Yeah.
But now he can't give that to her because he wanted to tell her off, be the last to talk, and be like, okay.
And then when told her that she's beautiful and that she's a great person.
And I told you, I cherish he wanted to just shut her the hell up and be gone. That's what he was trying to do a mic drop on her.
Well, I also think that the thing is with Aaron, I feel like he never was really into Genevieve.
No.
I feel like if you're really into somebody, you give them grace. Mm-hmm. I do think that Rodney was very much into Eliza. And I think he would have definitely given her grace.
I feel
like he was
regardless how she acted, he would have taken her back.
He would have taken her back. And if she came back even after she went to Justin, he would have taken her back.
He would have taken her back.
So I feel like Aaron never really was into Genevieve like that.
So.
I feel very bamboozled because I was so like, oh my God, this man is everything. And now I feel like he was just a nice guy who's really an asshole. But yes,
watch out for these nice guys. Those ones who you're like, oh my God, I'm so happy. They're so nice. Oh my goodness, I have this nice guy.
Yeah, because I was stalking him on Instagram and I was seeing him all up in Miami. I was like, this man does not look like he is taken. He looks like he's very much single. And then I saw him watching the show with Justin, who was Genevieve's ex. I was like, oh, I don't think they're together at all. But yes, so yeah, I think that's where all the couples that broke up. Brittany and Tyler, they left together or whatever.
I thought that was
Michael
nice.
and Daniela,
I don't think it's gonna work.
No, it's not. I think he's going to wait until after the reunion to break up with her, because you have feisty Sierra there who'll probably light his ass up after watching the show and will maybe come for him. So he said, let me have my woman next to me to defend me, but when it's over, he's going to break with her. He's not serious.
That's what I feel. But what we saw from the preview, it looked like it was too much for him. And he couldn't even do that.
Yeah, it seemed like apparently he didn't give her closure, so it looks like they ended things. And then she has become like a brunette, which is a horrible color for her. So she no longer is looking good.
I love her blonde.
She looks great as a blonde. Now she has this really weird hair color, and then she was like covered all the way up. Like she had a turtleneck on, and then she was wearing these long white pants, like wearing all white, while everybody else was showing leg. I feel like
so bad for her.
I think he has broken her. Maybe
that's what I feel.
Because she looks like a shell of herself.
First she went. Someone passed away. Like I think it was her fiance or something that passed away. And now she thinks that you and her are like here.
No, boo. You were never there.
And that he is a nice guy.
Michael's not nice. He's not nice. He wants to be the Bachelor. He wants to give out 30 roses every single week.
Yes, even when he went. And I was surprised when he said, this is the second time I'm giving out a rose. He made a point to say that. The second time I'm giving out. I was surprised. I said, oh, the second time. And he's like, oh, by the way, oh my God, look at those two cows fighting.
Oh.
They are like fighting. Oh my goodness. And there's nobody there to stop. Oh, the children are close by. Uh-oh. I hope the kids just stay away. Anywho, sorry
but yeah,
about that.
So,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
But the couples that are still there, I think it's Serena and Brandon and Johnny and Victoria.
So cute.
I absolutely love them. I'm so happy for them. I'm happy he's found this person. He deserves it. Johnny, Victoria needs to run. They had a very horrible conversation, I felt. In
she
fantasy suites.
Want to talk to him about no, well, they're not yet in the fantasy suites. They are going now to the fantasy suite because she was like.
Remember, they were sitting on the couch.
I know, but he still had to have the envelope and ask her, "Do you want to go into the fantasy suite?"
Yeah.
And she was like, she was looking forward to it because she has a lot more to talk to him about behind closed doors. She said she wants to talk to him behind closed doors.
But he let her know point blank, I'm not going to do an engagement for you just because you want it. I'm not. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to evaluate it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a red flag, too.
And then he also was like, I hate everything about myself. I wake up every morning and I look at myself and I hate everything. Because he always looked just so dead in his eyes. Like, I always used to think he looks high as a kite. Yeah. Because his eyes are always so low. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I think because he keeps his eyes low because he doesn't like what he sees. So he squints them.
And he always looks away. Yeah. But he seems as though he's looking more directly at Victoria when he's talking
because she makes him feel loved and like what he has is great, like who he is great. But the thing is,
you have to
there's going to be so much like you can do. Like if that person doesn't love themselves or they hate themselves, it has to come from inside. Or you, girl, by the time you are done trying to heal Johnny, you will no longer be that very cute, sexy girl he's obsessed with. No. You will be old, haggard, and you would have let yourself go, and you would be, and he would have dumped you by then.
Yeah, because he would have
drained you, but then he would have.
You'll be feeling better.
Yeah, exactly. So if I were her, I would just move on. Johnny ain't worth it.
No.
You need somebody who's secure, like Brandon and Serene.
Yeah, you need someone who's secure in themselves and loves themselves.
I mean, it's nice that he got to this point or whatever, but I mean, his brother's in jail. This man hates himself. He's not ready for an engagement. Yeah. And Victorian love is not enough.
About that whole thing, like family dynamics.
You don't even know why the brother's in jail.
Yeah, you don't know like what is the whole family dynamic, like what's going on and stuff like that. And that's something he just told her after a while of talking to her. You know, like Victoria, if I were you, I wouldn't even be going for an game. I'll say, okay, well, we could just leave together because I got to find out more about him and his family dynamics and everything.
Yeah, I would not get engaged to no Johnny
right now. I wouldn't want to get engaged.
And honestly, I wouldn't even go into fantasy suites.
No, I would just say, well, let's just leave now. There's no point going to a fantasy suite. You know, we can continue to have this whole thing going. And I feel like let's figure it out.
I just feel like Victoria needs to go with somebody who's actually ready. You're going to find somebody. You're going to find your Brandon. Yeah. Somebody who is actually set financially and who is ready to love you like at home. Peace with.
Like she said, she feels at home with Johnny.
You can't feel at home with Johnny with this man who's so insecure and doesn't love himself and also is not sure about engaging you. Yeah. You can't possibly feel at home completely. Yeah. There's still a little bit of discomfort, I'm sure. It is. Yeah. So I would just say, girl, cut your losses. I'm sorry, Johnny, but you need some serious intensive therapy, and that's not for her job to do. No. Because she is not a rehabilitation center for you. I'm sorry. Go fix that shit in therapy. Yeah. But happy for Brandon Serene. Oh my Absolutely.
God. Beautiful.
I just love that man.
I'm so excited.
He's not even my man, but I love him.
So
I love him for Serene.
Brandon because we loved him so much. Yeah. From the beginning when he first kissed Michelle, and I was just in awe that someone so young could kiss so well. And well, Michelle also is you could tell that she was also a good kisser. You could tell that in Matt's season, with that man who could not kiss to save his damn life, opening his eyes like some crazy person. Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
Like, I'm closing my eyes and I open them and then you're staring right at me like, Jesus Christ, save me from this horrible kisser.
Oh gosh. But he was really heartbroken with Michelle, but I'm happy that he still opened his heart, to find, because he found the closure he did when he went to actually talk to her. Yeah. And she was still like, she's happy with the decision she made with Nate. So it was like, okay, there's nothing else I can do. Yeah. And for him to now find Serene. Beautiful. And for her to love him.
Love all of him.
So it's just wonderful. I think they're going to be just fine. And he's like, you don't have to do this again.
So I'm never letting you go.
Yeah. I love it. Just love it. And, we all should be so lucky to have our own Brandon. Yeah. And, just wait it out. But Victoria, that person will come. Maybe it was Alex. Maybe it'll be somebody else. Well, I bet Alex will come looking her up. Yeah. He might come looking her up. At least get her number. She gonna see him at the reunion.
But yes, you guys, it's Mary. Give us just a like,
subscribe,
share,
and comment
down below.